want me to look at you or at the camera when I answer?
Look at the camera.
Okay. Didn't know if you wanted to be conversational.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alina Devon. This is my best friend in the entire universe. Yeah.
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 Okay, so today we're going to do an interview because she's getting married at the end of the week. And so I wanted to know what her thoughts were about it.
How do you feel about getting married?
Yeah. But before we start, don't forget to hit the button that highlight face and to hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload. And let's go!
Alright, here's your questions. Do you want me to look at you or at the camera when I answer?
Look at the camera.
Okay. Didn't know if you wanted to be conversational or not. Formal.
Look at me. I don't know.
Okay.
First question is, what was your first impression when you met Scott?
He was wearing, well, I guess the first time I met him, there's kind of like two. One is like we were in this boot camp thing and I like saw him there, but I guess I didn't actually talk to him. So the first time I actually met him, he had his hair straightened and he was wearing skinny jeans. I want to say they were purple, maybe maroon, and like a band t-shirt, and I was like, oh, and a beanie, of course. And I was in Texas in the summer in August.
I see that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he looked like the Hot Topic boy that like we always wanted. Minus the piercings. Still hasn't gotten the piercings. I'm working on it though. He's got the tattoo. I mean, a tattoo.
does?
Yeah. You didn't see his tattoo?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll have to show you upstairs. Yeah, he's cute.
Next question. When did you know he was the one?
I don't really know. There wasn't like a moment. It's just kind of like things just kept getting better and better, and then we moved in together and we're like, it was just like natural, I guess. Pretty much the whole time. So there's no moment that I can think of that was like, this is the one. It just was the whole time.
This question is not on here, but like, did he feel like me, like you, like, I guess like when you guys first started going out, was it like friendly, like how we are best friends type of way?
Yeah. It was a very naturally built like friendship that eventually we were like, I'm pretty sure this is dating, but like it never really got totally defined. Yeah, so, and we started out by like, we were just hanging out all the time. It was the freshman year of college and we met each other the week before classes started. So we found our friend group and kind of just stuck with them the entire time. And yeah, I don't know, just came out of that. We would hang out together all the time with the friend group, and without the friend group, we'd like watch TV, we'd go to Walmart. That's essentially our first dates, where it was like going to Walmart to get groceries, a lot of ramen. So yeah, it was a very like, just, I don't know, normal friendship, except that like not like, obviously it's not the same as our friendship, but it feels that like natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
But continue.
Yeah.
how soon do you want to start a family?
I don't know. We've been saying in 5 years for like 2 or 3 years now. So maybe, I think for both of us, our parents were like 32 when they had us, and we're like, that's a good number. We'll go with 32. So we'll see when we get there if we're like, yes, or if we're like, no, still not right. We're not ready to give up our spontaneous ability to like do anything we want, and travel and go places with friends. And
what did you do on your first date?
the first date that we actually like recognized as a date before it happened was going to a 21 Pilots concert.
Oh.
Yeah, we were in a history of rock class together, and for the class we had to go to a concert and then write about it, and that was the concert that I picked. I think right? Yeah, that was the one. We've seen them several times. Now I'm confused. I don't know if that was the one that I chose for that essay. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah. Yeah. And we went to dinner first. I think we went and got ramen beforehand.
Ramen?
Yeah. Like fancy ramen, not like microwave ramen.
Oh, I remember that ramen place. Cause you took me there.
In Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
At the Alicia car.
Yeah, that's right. Apparently it's the place we go before concerts.
Who said I love you first?
He did. I was like gearing up for it, and then he stole it. It was over the phone, and then he did it over text as well first, and then he was coming to see me in person, like coming to visit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna say it first this time, and he did it again, so
Aww.
he got it all 3 times, all three channels.
Aww.
That was bad.
I mean, like, butterflies.
You're competitive about it.
Why does he do that make you roll your eyes?
A lot of things. Let's see if I can pick one though. We have very different standards of what, like, clean is, or what tidy kind of clean is. Or like, I'll go through the house and like pick things up and be like, oh, then I can move that wherever and put that back over here and whatever it is. And then I'm like, okay, cool, I did it. Like, I cleaned. It's clean now. And then he walks in and he's like, hey, can you help me clean? Like, it's a mess in here. I'm like, what are you talking? I literally have no idea what he's talking about. So he can get very particular with how things should be in our house. And that's a big one. And just hearing him be like, hey, can you help me clean? I'm like, ugh, I know what this means.
You said because you're married.
Well, we've already been together for 9 years, so I'm pretty used to it by now. Living together for 5, 6?
5.
5.
I thought it was 6. Cause it was like you're like the.
It's 2022, right? I think it's 5 and a half.
Almost 6. And one big question on that game was
Over.
How is the wedding planning?
It's a lot.
A lot?
Yeah, we're now in the final week, so it's not that bad. I've mostly gotten everything done. But the whole process is it's a lot to do. And so there's a lot of little things that you don't really think of until, like, we have a day of coordinator that we work with that works at the venue who's super involved in helping us plan everything, so we didn't use a wedding planner. And that was great because she'd be like, okay, what about, I don't know, I can't even think of an example right now, but I'd be like, oh, I have to consider that. So there would be a lot of like little things that I probably missed without that. And I had to make a lot of lists. I used Trello. to help keep track of every time I thought of something like, oh, I need to figure this out. I could put it on the board and then think about it whenever I have time to figure it out. But it's a lot, and I did most of it. The bulk of it myself. I've delegated some things to Scott, and then most of the time I also then had to help him do it. Yeah, but and then luckily for bachelorette party, I was able to just hand that off, as you should be able to, I think, to not even just my maid of honor, just like all the bridesmaids were like, yep, we got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. People have, our brides at least, seem to have a problem with their moms being too involved and like trying to make all the decisions for them and make it the way they want. And so there's some conflict there. I have had a harder time getting my mom to participate. She will if I like ask her, but she's like, I didn't want to plan my own wedding. My mom planned my wedding. Like, this is not my thing. She was not that interested. So, and she always kind of like tried to talk me growing up away from like wanting to have a big wedding. She's like, it's so expensive. There's just no need for it. Just do something simple. And then I completely ignored her. So yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot. There's so much. I have the planner though, and I liked coloring in the check boxes. They're like little bubbles. I like coloring those in to say like, hey, I finally did something, like completed this task. That was satisfying.
I can't wait to get my own way checkbook.
Yeah.
Like, you are pretty.
Yeah. Great.
You know, like, but yeah. I like super excited about the checkbook.
Yeah, it is really satisfying and helpful. And it has timelines, too, to help you be like, okay, I'm a year out. What are the things I need to have done by now? And then, you know, all the way down to day of. I definitely, everybody told me this would happen, and it definitely did, where, like, 3 months until, like, before the wedding, I was like, I'm done. I don't even care anymore. I just want it to be over. And everybody's like, yep, that happens. You get there. So that happened about 3-ish months ago. And since then, I've been like, oh my god, I just want it to be done. I just want to move on. I just want to have the thing already. I don't want to finish all these little details. But now that it's like the week of and people are starting to show up, it's like, okay, now at this point, like, whatever happens, happens. There's not that much I can control left over.
It'll be good either way, though.
Yeah. I know we will have food and space to do it, so, and an officiant to make it happen. So, that's all we need.
Yeah.
And my dress, which almost didn't. That was a whole other thing. My dress was a whole complicated issue that I thought I wasn't going to get for a while. Even though we had paid for it, it just wasn't going to show up. But I got the dress, so everything's fine.
And I think that's all.
Yay.
The questions. Yeah, so this was fun and very neat, like, informative.
Yeah, informative.
And I can read for the wedding, and I can read for you to help and plan my wedding.
Yeah. I know more tricks now.
And you know how to calm me down, so that's good too.
Yep.
So I think that will be it for this video.
Yay.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this very informative interview.
Yes.
And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Also to wish her happy
Wedding. Congratulations usually is the word, but
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.